What's up, all you lovely internet movie fans, and welcome back. We have a wide array of topics to discuss today in movie news, from the studio getting greenlit for season 2, a Jurassic World review, and it's massive, just crushing it at the box office this past weekend. Tom Holland confirms production and filming will start on Spider-Man very soon. Ironheart, a huge cameo and a reveal in Ironheart, F1 killing it, and Lilo and Stitch absolutely dominating and taking over the number 2 spot at the global box office, and it passes Minecraft. That's all we got today to discuss, and let's dive into and discuss all the topics for you guys. Let's first start off with some smaller news that probably went under the radar for a lot of you guys, but if you didn't know, The Social Network, it's going to get a sequel. They've already confirmed that they're going to do a sequel. I don't know if it'll be a direct follow-up to The Social Network, if it will dive into these other platforms out there like the Twitters, the Instagrams, Meta, whatever the case may be. But this is good news because the social network is one of the best movies that people have seen. It's highly rated. People love it. It's very rewatchable, actually. I think it's brilliant and great. The performances from Garfield and Eisenberg are great in that movie overall. And I'm very intrigued to see where they go next because there's a lot that happens. Like, just if they just keep the Facebook storyline going overall, they have to go before Congress, and there's lots of stuff that can unfold with that. So I'm very intrigued to see where that story goes, but I think it's good news because The Social Network is an absolute great movie. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And the sequel, get excited because I trust the whole team and talent that's going to be returning if they do that or whatever direction they take. But the original director is going to be doing it. So good news for all of us movie fans. Let's dive into now and discuss first Apple TV. So Apple TV they've been doing great. If you don't know, Apple TV has lots of very good shows. I think they have, in terms of the shows that are out there, some of the best that you can watch. And the bang for your buck is what you get. $5, or sometimes if you get a new iPhone, they give you 2 years free of Apple TV Plus. So go check it out if you got a new iPhone or if you just want to pay that. They have great TV shows overall. Like Shrinking is just a great overall show. It's very funny. Yes, the Foundation. They have all these other things on. It's just a great. And then the big one that I love now, The Studio. It finished up like months and months back, but it's a greenlit for a season 2, and I love this show, especially if you're into movies and how movies work and the dynamics of a movie studio and how it's run. Seth Rogen, Catherine Hahn, Ike Barinholtz, they're all great in this show, and I think it's great news that's being renewed for a season 2. I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited for that. I love the first season. It was so great too. And like I said, it's really a peek behind the curtain of how Hollywood runs and how it works and how a lot of things happen. Like when you see people that are running studios are like, we need someone of this race and then this race and this race, and then they look at it like, wait a minute, this isn't right. This doesn't look like it's so funny, it's interesting, and just go watch that show. I think it's great. And if you didn't know, the F1 movie that's out, that's from Apple Films. It's a great movie over. I love F1. I think it's very, very good. And Brad Pitt's performance is excellent. Javier Bardem is great. Damson Idris is he's a great actor, and I think he has great potential for what he could be if he joins the MCU. If he kind of does more dramatic kind of films and action stuff, I would love to see Damson Idris as Bond. I think that's an underslept on. He could do great in it, but that's a story for another day because of what we know for Bond. But F1's killing it at the box office. Had a great opening weekend. Second weekend, great. It's closing in on almost $300 million, they say. So this movie is very profitable. It's a hit. It's got a thumbs up. People are watching this movie, and it's gonna get a sequel. It looks like. I'm very curious to see how that sequel would go, where they would take it. I would love to see them take F1 and bring in other people. Like what if Ricky Bobby, Will Ferrell's character, was in that movie, or Tom Cruise, and one of his characters he's done in the past, Days of Thunder, Maverick. I don't know, so many possibilities, but I think it's great that the movie's killing it. It's killing the box office, but it was dethroned this week from Jurassic World. So, Jurassic World Rebirth, I saw it. Kind of underwhelmed me overall at the box office. I had high expectations just because the trailers were so great. Underwhelmed, didn't get what I wanted out of it, but people love it. And I could see why people love this movie because are enjoying it, I should say. They are enjoying it, not loving it. They're going to see it and showing up for it. People love dinosaurs. Families, kids, young adults, older people of all ages. We love dinosaurs. We like to see dinosaurs eat people. There's not a lot of that in this film, unfortunately, but some of the stuff is cool, and it's a good throwback because they have a lot of callbacks to the Spinosaurus and the original Jurassic Park franchise, and then we have this, of course, some callbacks to this Jurassic World franchise from the other movies that have come prior. The big one that's in the water. We have some mutant dinosaurs in this one too, and like I said, the main characters first movie too with ScarJo, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey. They're interesting characters to an extent. the one big problem that I had with this movie was the side plot of the family just being lost at sea. They get trapped, and the Scarlett Johansson and her crew take them on their as they're on the mission. They pick these people up. They take them to this island now because they're on the mission, and there's the family stuff didn't work. I wish I would have cut that out, and I think we could have a more cohesive movie. I thought it was going to be a return to the horror elements of like you're fearing the dinosaurs, but it wasn't that. Still an enjoyable movie overall, but it's just like a aggressively mid in my opinion. But people are showing up to watch it. This movie had an absolute crushing, killing opening. It's going to open to over $300 million. It's a hit. They're going to make another one because this movie is going to make lots and lots of money. It doesn't matter what the Rotten Tomatoes critic scores are. Audiences are going to show up for these movies. They've proved it time and time again. They're going to show up. I do think this movie is an upgrade over the prior one in Dominion. I will say that. I truly do believe that. But that being said, still this franchise, they can do so much more, I believe, with this. And I think if it does, which I think it will, get a sequel, take it in a different direction because it's stuff is there. You can keep these even main characters too with like ScarJo and Mahershala. Keep those two, and like if you want to focus on that, or take it to somewhere else. The opportunities are there, but this movie is just absolutely killing it, crushing it at the box office. So Tom Holland confirmed, or he says that they're going to go into production and start shooting Spider-Man Brand New Day this month. Then a report came out that they're probably going to start between the end of July and the first week, the second week of August, start filming in Scotland. I'm intrigued by that because if they're shooting on location in Scotland, you're going to have some interesting scenery for what they could do with the story overall and where it could go. I'm very intrigued by that. And this movie comes out in a year. Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out next July, July 31st to be exact. That's a year away. So like it makes sense they're going into production and starting shooting now. And they're gonna keep that date. I thought they might move it at first, but then it's kind of weird too because that movie was supposed to come out between Doomsday or before Doomsday and Secret Wars. Or sorry, between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now it's coming out before Doomsday and Secret Wars. So it's very intriguing and kind of gets the brain wondering where they're gonna go with that story. Where is it gonna take place? Well, I think it's going to take place concurrently with Doomsday. I believe that. We'll see where it goes. And there's rumors if it's going to be more grounded. It's going to be multiversal. Like, we know that they're going to bring in Sadie Sink's character. What she's going to be, I don't know. You know, the Hulk is in it. So we'll see Punisher. Like I said, we'll see what the story's going to be. But get excited. That movie's starting to shoot and filming. And so next summer, I mean, Tom Holland has Spider-Man and then The Odyssey. And they showed a preview of The Odyssey before all Jurassic World screenings. That movie is going to be outstanding, I believe. Like the cast, just look up the cast of the Odyssey first off. It's amazing. It's stacked, top tier talent across the board. It's like Oppenheimer levels of the amount of talent and people that are in that movie overall. I'm excited for that movie so much. And the stories of like if you've read the Iliad or the Odyssey, you know that this is going to be an epic, just masterpiece. And I mean, it's Christopher Nolan, so you're going to show up regardless because it's a Nolan movie. But then coupled with that, get excited. I'm very excited for what that movie could be next year. Finally, let's end with Ironheart, a show that I didn't really have high expectations for, wasn't really that excited for. It came and it went because Disney dropped 3 episodes in 1 week and 3 episodes this past week, and then it was done. 6 episodes and we're done. I hate that release schedule. It kind of does the show disservice, but I think it speaks to the confidence that they had about the show. The show, it's mid. I think but the ending is intriguing because I think that ending makes it overall better, and it kind of ties up some things too from this overall story. And spoiler alert, if you didn't know, Mephisto shows up in the final episode as Sacha Baron Cohen, and he's great. He had this presence about him that I actually really felt, and I actually am very intrigued for. And you can see the show was done 3 years ago. It was supposed to come out back then. It was no doubt supposed to have some ties probably to Doctor Strange and then like the Strange Academy that's now rumored. So we'll see where that goes. But I think having Mephisto, he's an intriguing character. Makes me want a season 2 of Ironheart because, spoiler alert, she takes a deal with Mephisto at the end of the show. She makes a deal with the devil to get her friend who died back. And it makes sense because that's what the whole show was about. Usually it's shows where you get over the grieving period, you learn how to accept what happened, and you kind of move on with remembering people. No. She doesn't. She grieves and then brings her dead friend back to life. So really cool for the show. I'm excited. I enjoyed Ironheart overall. It's intriguing, and that's all the movie news that we have this week. It's Superman week. Get excited! I am so pumped for Superman this week. So get tickets for that, and I'll see you all at the theaters next time. Peace.